A wise man once told me, it is what it is. You can plan a picnic, but you can't change the weather. You just gotta face facts. I feel like in this day and time, a lot of people are unhappy, depressed, sad, etc., etc. And I say all of this to say the path to happiness is through acceptance. Now, some great philosopher from the past, I don't know his name, said something to the tune of, suffering comes less from stressful events and more from desire, attachment, and unnecessary outcomes. You gotta lower them expectations, baby. And I know a lot of people hear that, and the first thing that goes through their mind is settling. You mean to tell me I gotta settle? It's not per se settling, but it's just the reality of the situation we're in. Think about it, right? A lot of the times when you get disappointed, it's because you was expecting one thing and it didn't turn out that way. And some of the best, greatest times, greatest moments you can remember were unexpected. You just was there, you didn't really put too much stake into it. You didn't have these high expectations or you didn't expect nothing, right? You didn't expect nothing to come from it. It was surprise almost, right? And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that it always seems like that for a reason. With social media being as big as it is nowadays, I can see why the level of depression and sadness and anxiety is so damn high, right? You got people looking outside of their own lives at other people's lives, not even other people's true reality. It's just a highlight reel. It's just what they're choosing to post at the time. They're looking at that, then comparing it to their lives and thinking, oh, I'm behind. I'm not getting to it like I'm supposed to be. My bitch ain't bad enough. My car ain't fast enough. My pockets ain't fat enough, right? When whole time, man, that's just the highlight reel. That's just the facade. That's just the good moments of their lives, right? Think about it, right? If you put on a fit, right? You've been thinking about this fit. You got high expectations for this fit. You think it's gonna be fire. You think it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You just know you got that shit on, right? Or you think that it's gonna come together nice or whatever. So you go out, you buy the clothing, you put it on, you go in the mirror and you look and you like, I ain't feeling this one. This is why you should always try on your fits before you hard launch it or whatever, right? You look in the mirror and you're like, man, I ain't really feeling this one, right? You take a couple pictures, you look at them, you can even see in your face you're not feeling it. Your confidence is off. Your aura ain't there, right? That feeling is not there. Let me ask you, are you gonna post that pic? Fuck no, man. Fuck no. You gonna retry the fit, you gonna try to switch something up, or you just gonna try another fit entirely, then you post it. You get the likes, you get the compliments, and everybody think you the flyest motherfucker in the world. Anything you put on is just look good. When the whole time that's just not the case. You just don't post your failures because why? And even with knowing that little bit of information, right? I feel it's hard for a lot of people to understand that, right? Most people today, and this is just from my personal experience with family, friends, or just random people I have conversations with, most people have a problem with just accepting shit for what it is. And even myself sometimes, right? In any situation you go through, man, when you think about it, it's not so much of the situation that's got you down. It's just the fact that you're wrestling with it. You're trying to make sense of it, right? You'll make up every excuse in the book of why it happened or why things are like this instead of just what it is. And to fix a problem, the first step is acceptance, right? So let's just say, right, you want to get in shape, right? So you go outside, you go to the store, you buy a little bike, helmet, whatnot, and you go out for a little ride. You hit a rock, boop, 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 boom, bust your head to the white meat show. Imagine with all the blood dripping down your face, staining your fresh white tee, because I know you put a white tee on when you went out there, you're trying to look fly, you know what I'm saying? Blood all on your white tee. Imagine you say to yourself, nah, man, I ain't bleeding. My sweat just a little red from all the iron I've been eating, right? Niggas gonna look at you like you stupid, right? First of all, that's the first thing. Niggas gonna look at you like you fucking stupid. But secondly, your head gonna be leaking and you're probably gonna die from blood loss because you just couldn't accept the fact that you bust your head to the white meat show. Now, it's common sense when I put it to you like that. At least I hope it is. But when our ego is involved, right? When a nigga ego get involved, it's hard to see it that way. What I mean is, let's say you're still trying to lose weight, right? Or matter of fact, let's just say you fat as fuck, right? Big as hell, heavy as shit, that wide as a fucking movie screen, right? Let's just say you a big motherfucker, right? And you keep telling yourself, I'm healthy. I don't need to lose weight. My life is good how it is, right? You won't accept the fact that your stomach is hanging all over your pants, bruh. You won't accept the fact that you out of breath walking from your bedroom to the kitchen, right? I'm not saying this to pick on anybody that's bigger. I'm a little chubby myself, you know. Got man boobs going on, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this to pick on nobody, but what I'm saying is you look crazy, right? And you're doing yourself no favor. The only thing you're preserving in this situation is your damn ego. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Your ego will put you in a lot of situations that you just don't need to be in, man. You gotta control the ego. You gotta control it, man. You gotta accept it, right? A lot of people, if you're religious, you pray for an easy life, stress-free life. I used to do the same. But then I realized one day, man, bad shit happens to everybody. Whether you're good, you're moral, you're bad, unmoral, you tell the truth, you lie, you got them put pineapple on your pizza or not. Regardless, man, bad things happen to everybody. Tragic, traumatic things happens to everybody at some point in their life. You live long enough, it's gonna happen to you, right? So I feel like you will get a lot further in life if you pray for the strength, or you look for the tools to deal with difficult things, or to deal with tragic and unfortunate situations, rather than just praying or hoping they don't happen altogether. Because I'm telling you what, buddy, newsflash, buddy, you're wasting your time, man. Bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to bad people. It's just a part of life, right? You would be better off accepting that, man, you know what? My engine light been on for the past 3 months. Car making a funny sound. I ain't got a lot of money in the bank, but you know what? I'm gonna stop losing this money I'm making if I don't get this car fixed, right? Because I've been there, you know. My check engine light been on for the last 2 years, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I just can't accept that, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I'm not beating up on you, whoever's listening to this video. I have the same issues, the same problems sometimes. But yeah, acceptance, right? Now, it was 3 things that I brought up in the beginning. I said, what? Attachment, desire, unnecessary outcomes. I feel like we all can relate to that, no? Attachment, family, relationships, friends. I feel like it may be a bit nihilistic of me, but I kind of look at people, situations, items, when they come into my life, in the back of my mind, the thought I always have is my time with this person is gonna come to an end, right? And you might think that's a fucked up way to look at it, but hear me out, right? You get into a relationship, man, it's a possibility one day y'all gonna break up. And even if y'all don't break up, y'all get married and y'all live the rest of y'all lives together, death will do y'all part. So your time with that person is still limited. Maybe a long limit, maybe a short limit, but it's gonna be one day when you no longer have that person. And I hope, you know, the best case scenario, which is still a painful scenario, is if you lose that person through death. You live your life with that person. Y'all live 50, 60, 70 years, however fucking long y'all live together. Y'all be together, you know what I'm saying? And you lose that person through death. That is the best case scenario. And that's still a very painful situation. So you get what I'm saying, right? Even in the best case scenario, it's still pain that comes with that. All tongue-tied and shit. You know, you see the monks, when they go away, shave their heads, they get to Michael Jordan. The first thing they do is detach from earthly things, right? And I didn't really get it. It just sounded like something cool to say. I see why they do that, right? I don't know if it's necessarily to avoid pain, but I think it's just so you can focus completely on your journey to enlightenment, right? We're human. Attachment is natural. If you have an attachment to something that's going to take up part of your mind, part of your soul, your spirit, which is why you should be careful who you attach yourself to, right? I wouldn't say that's so much as acceptance. That might be a little bit extreme, because me personally, I'm gonna have some human attachments because I'm human, man. I want to live a little bit of life. And like I said, I'm not scared anymore. I'm not afraid to feel that pain from losing a person, or a tragic event. So I just interact with not even necessarily a person, but items, jobs, situations, whatever. I'm not afraid to lose it because I already know coming into it, one day this gonna come to an end, right? I'm not gonna be here forever. Whether it's because I die here or we just don't work out and I go to another job, or my car break down and it just won't get up no more. I know one day my time with these items, people, situations, blah, 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 it's gonna come to an end. So while I'm there, right, I try to make the best of every moment. Whatever item I have, possession I have, I try to make the best of it. I try to take care of it. Even though I fall short on that, If I'm with a person, man, hey, I try to have the best times with them, the best conversations with them. You feel me? Friends, whatever. I try to spend time with them because I know one day I won't be able to anymore. Even if that day is 50 fucking years in the future. It's coming. Pause. Desires. In the year of 2026, desires, man, runs rampant. I can say most people are driven off of their desires, but human beings are driven off of desires to begin with. But with social media, if you're a young man, you go on social media, the amount of ass you see, God. The amount of money you see niggas out here getting, supposedly, the type of cars they driving, the fits they putting on, the watches and chains and jewelry they got. You see the attention that gives them, and you want that for yourself. You want to feel like a boss, and you feel like the only way you can be a boss is if you ascertain the same things that these people have. Completely natural human thing, right? But I feel like some people drive themselves crazy to get those things, right? Desire is not inherently a bad thing, but if you let it run rampant, it will nuke your mental health, okay? Straight fuck it up, right? You feel me, right? This is why I suggest that you try to limit your time on social media, because it's just natural. If you see all of that, you're gonna buy into it subconsciously. It's running through your subconscious. You're gonna want more, a better bitch, bigger pockets, faster car, bigger crib, right? And it's not inherently wrong to want those things, but like I said, with acceptance, right? I think people look at those things and think once they get it, it's gonna make them feel better about themselves, right? In my humble opinion, I don't think that'll do it for you. I know it's a lot of rich people, and I don't know for sure. I'm gonna just assume it's a lot of people that's rich, filthy rich, money, got 5 bathrooms and shit all day type money, who are insecure still, who are depressed still, right? I don't think you can truly appreciate something like that until you appreciate the situation you're in right now, right? Until you have gratitude for what you currently have, right? Accepting that you are where you are in life, and that, guess what? That doesn't make you less of a person, less of a man, less of a woman, right? I seen the other day on Instagram, social media, ironically, right? Hypocrite, I know. It's on social media, right? And I seen somebody post this couple, right? They was getting married. And the first thing I do is I look at the girl and I'm kind of like, oh. I look at the dude and I'm like, oh, okay. They weren't the most attractive, right? But after that, I would say ignorant, immature thought kind of hit my mind. My more mature thought started kicking in, right? And I'm like, man, look, these are two people who have each other, right? I see a lot of people in my personal life who destroyed themselves chasing adoration, chasing the love of many people, clout, as we say. Clout is a hell of a drug. I see many people destroy themselves trying to portray a lifestyle, a personality, an image, trying to get that shorty, you know what I'm saying? That thick shorty, light skin jump, the curly hair, you feel me? She bad, be on Instagram, ass and shit poking out. I seen niggas go crazy trying to keep that up, right? And I'm thinking all of this as I'm looking at this picture, right? I probably was looking at it for a good 5 seconds, but y'all know how thoughts work. I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, man, these are two people who have each other at night. They got somebody to lay beside them, talk to. They don't have to be lonely. And yeah, maybe they're not the most attractive, but they're attracted to each other. And Attraction is something you can always change. You can always work on, man. They can get into the gym together, get a skin routine together, and become, in the next 10 years, one of those older couples who look young, healthy, a lot better than the people who probably would turn their nose up at them right now, right? There's beauty in that. Does that have something to do with desire? I don't know. But I just thought it fit the story, so I told it. Anyway, and the last and final thing I'm gonna touch on when it comes to acceptance, or I guess the problems with acceptance. I don't script this shit, man. I just write some notes and I start yapping, right? Unnecessary outcomes. I'm guilty of this myself, right? Especially the position I am. I feel the weight of this, right? And I'm working on it, of having an outcome shit don't always go your way, bro. And shit don't have to go your way all the time. I said this in a past video, but I made music for a long time. And a lot of people ask me, man, you've been making music so long, bro. You ain't got no project, man. Why you never dropping? It's like you can't finish it. It's because I'm too attached to an outcome, right? I want to make a song and that shit be the best song every single time. And that's just not humanly possible, right? Your favorite artist got some trash in the vault. Your favorite artist got 2 cheeks and a butthole in the vault. You feel me? But that's just the process. You know, everything doesn't always work out in your favor. I know people that I talk to personally have like this timeline in their head. I should have all this figured out by this age. And, you know, some people get it earlier than other people's, but you got to understand you're never early and you're never late. Shit don't work on the time you want it to, right? Looking at YouTube, man. At the time of this recording, I got 3 videos out. One video got 4 views. One video got 3 views. And the latest video I dropped got 1 view, right? And I keep feeling the urge to ask ChatGPT or Perplexity, well, hey man, how many videos do I gotta drop before I start seeing some views, right? And I've been through this road before. You know, after a while, you kind of forget about it and you just focus on making the videos. And then you turn around and your page actually got some motion. And I kind of understand at this age, after all I've been through with YouTube, if I keep focused on when the views gonna come in, I'm going to destroy myself. Because right now, I'm finding the urge to upload a lot more than I know I can keep up with consistently, if that makes sense to you, right? So I'm thinking about doing shorts and let's upload 4 videos a week, knowing I'm not gonna be able to keep that up for the rest of the year, right? So my best bet is just to keep my head down, keep grinding, keep doing what I'm doing, 2 videos a week, and shit gonna happen when it happens, right? I have no control over it. And honestly, if I can't deal with that, if I can't keep pushing, keep grinding, keep producing, even when shit ain't looking the best, to be honest, I never get anywhere in life. You know, you'll never get anywhere in YouTube life. I'm not going, because shit don't always look on the up and up, right? The outcomes don't always equal the effort. You feel me? And you have no control over it, right? It's either you gonna do it or you're not. You know, I say all of that to say bad shit is gonna happen. Shit ain't gonna always go your way. People leave, people pass away. To try and avoid that is just ludicrous, because it's gonna happen. It happens to everybody. I'm here today to tell you, work on accepting it, right? When I say accept, that don't means that you just go with the status quo, right? You just allow shit to happen to you, right? You still prepare and plan and prevent as much as you can, but understand when that shit don't go to plan sometimes, you know, you just gotta understand, hey man, it was your turn to get the short end of the stick, right? But I don't think that should stop your lust for life. I don't think that should kill your lust for life, you know, because bad things happen, because bad things always happen, right? I'm not sure if I nailed the point home of what I was trying to say in this video, but you know, I'm not really too attached to the outcome. Wink, wink, you feel me? You feel me? It is what it is. But I ain't really got nothing else to say. So, catch y'all boys on the flip.